The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of super oxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy Powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy Powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy Powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy Powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.
The experts are clear. Sunlight, purified water, healthy non-GMO food, and having a good attitude is essential to a healthy immune system. But I go further with Super Nascent Iodine X2 from InfoWarsLife.com. 50% stronger than our original and revolutionary Nascent Iodine formula, coming from a deep earth crystal source that no other supplier has. Most other forms of iodine come from seaweed in areas plagued by Fukushima and other contaminants. Not our iodine. It comes from over 200 million-year-old crystal salt deposits and is tested and proven to be completely pure. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today. See the informational videos. Read the information they're compiled. And for a limited time, when you use promo code NOW at checkout, you get an additional 5% off the entire family of InfoWarsLife.com products. Secure your Survival Shield X2 today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
You're listening.
Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
All I want is to have a safe and secure constitutional republic, not overrun by criminal bureaucracies, agencies, and foreign corporations that would suppress the free market and private property rights and religious rights and cultural rights because it gets in the way of their business models. We're looking at a worldwide fascist model using socialism to domesticate the population. That's the real political science angle. When you read Carol Quigley's books and other globalists, they admit that. They want totalitarianism. They don't want a free market. They don't want prosperity. They don't want you to be successful. They're the opposite of Americana, the opposite of Renaissance, the opposite of freedom. And Joel Gilbert, we were the #1 seller of his last film that we still sell, Dreams of Obama's Real Father. That if you haven't seen it, is just unbelievable. My parents said that it was one of the most powerful documentaries they ever saw. They thought it was preposterous what he was saying when they heard him on air, but my dad came by and got one of them and went home and watched it last year or 2 years ago when it came out and was blown away. Well, There's No Place Like Utopia is his new film. It had a successful theater run. It comes out officially next month, right for the midterm elections, but we have it first in stock, came in a few days ago. We are the exclusive. He just gave it to us. He said, you know what, you were such a big #1 seller of it last time. I'm going to give it to you first to sell with pre-orders. But it's not a pre-order. We're shipping it now. We're authorized to. He's on next week. So there's no place like Utopia. On the cover, it's got Obama looking at the public with an American flag in his hand and a hammer and sickle to his back. And it's great to show young people, great to show progressives, great to show mainline conservatives, libertarians. It's kind of like Dinesh D'Souza's new film that they put him in prison over, or basically arrested him over. I mean, he's in a halfway house right now. But it's much more hardcore, and it needs to be seen. So it's available exclusively at InfoWarsStore.com. And we're not like NPR that gets $400+ million of taxpayer money a year and then begs for money locally. We just sell high-quality products, films, books, T-shirts, supplements, water filtration systems, made-in-America knives, stuff that I like, stuff I use. I mean, I'll go out and use a little cook stove that I buy for camping, and I go, I really like this cook stove. Buy 5,000 of them, and we can sell it at the lowest price out there. Or I like this dash cam. Get us a deal with these and buy 10,000 of them and get me the lowest price available, and we'll even undercut Amazon. That's what you've got at InfoWarsStore.com is true free market. That's why we're able to sell you this film first, because we sold the most of it. Yeah, where's Amazon right now? Sorry, unable to have it, because we're even defeating them in our own little microcosm with the free market. It's a wondrous thing. So there's no place like Utopia, a Joel Gilbert film, available at InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And a subdivision of InfoWarsStore.com is InfoWarsLife.com. We have the DNA force that Dr. Group and others say with the CoQ10 systematic enzymes and the astrologist root and the bio-enhanced pomegranate extract, Tibetan extracts, just a whole bunch of key things in there. Veganzyme, bio-PQQ, the true organic sources of this. We can even make claims about this stuff, but it's all been vetted by the lawyers and the rest of it at InfoWarsLife.com. What's patented, trademarked, certified, proven in DNA Force, a true nutraceutical. What it does for the telomeres, what it does for the mitochondrial DNA, what it does for everything, and the immune system. DNA Force isn't the only place I stop for my immune system and bolstering my natural defenses. We have the X2 True Deep Earth Crystal Source that nobody else has, nascent iodine, that just supercharges my body across the board. So many people are deficient. The FDA's lowered what the allowance is to almost nothing. Well, I take Survival Shield 3 times a day. Super male vitality, super female vitality, the lung cleanse. Other herbal stuff for the throat and lungs is just watery crud, folks. This is like thick oil. The only problem is you got to clean out the spray bottle top sometimes after you've been using it because it's so thick. It aerosolizes really good when it's new. You got to clean it out because it's just a whole bunch of organic concentrated herbs that are known for your health and known for cleansing and known for the immune system. So get the lung cleanse. Great when you're traveling on airplanes, you name it. Great for singers. Whenever I've got a sore throat and can't talk, boom, lung cleanse. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And lastly, for a limited time, 5% off everything on InfoWarsLife.com, the Oxy powder to flush out your guts, you name it, for the immune system. InfoWarsLife.com, 5% off with the promo code NOW. At checkout, NOW, 5% off the already high-quality discounted products. That's 5% off some of the specials that are already there. A lot of it's already has huge discounts and huge sales going. 5% already on all the products. Silver Bullet, you name it. AccuPower, well, that's sold out. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Please support our local AM and FM affiliates as well. Support their sponsors. Spread the word about the broadcast. And visit StevePachenik.com if you want to read his in-depth articles that he writes on a daily basis about things that are happening geopolitically. All right, Dr. Pachenik, again, thank you for joining us. We're going to tweet your website out again right now at Real Alex Jones for folks to get the inside take from your perspective on what's happening. In the 12 minutes we've got left before break, I want to give you the floor to break down more on ISIS, where Obama's going. We are seeing a global awakening. Is it happening fast enough? What do you think the political class is going to do? What's happening with Russia? What's happening with the runs on the stock markets worldwide, with the implosion on the U.S. Treasuries? What is this signifying, Dr. Pieczenik?
Well, let me just say thank you for the opportunity. Let me just say the good news is that our intelligence and military apparatus has effectively run a very effective and sophisticated economic warfare against Russia. And what was done was basically we lowered the value of the ruble by 30 to 40%. We decreased Russia's bond rating. And now that the price of oil was literally depressed by $20 to $30 on Brent oil price, which is now $82. Anything below $90 per barrel put Putin in very serious trouble in Russia. Now, Russia has the worst stock market in the world now. Putin has to return from the border. He's pulling back his soldiers. And so from an economic, from a battle point of view, we've really created a new kind of warfare, which has been very effective, and that's economic warfare. And you can thank the military and the intelligence community for effectively running it for well over a year and quietly succeeding. And Putin has nothing. He is basically now very vulnerable to being taken over, where there's possibly another KGB putsch in the Kremlin or FSB or whoever might be there, but basically Putin has failed, Russia has failed. And concomitantly, China is in very serious economic problem. And what you're seeing in Hong Kong is that China has lowered its growth rate, which was absolutely evaluated at a very high number at 6 to 7% normally, or 12%. So basically what it is right now, 3%, which in effect for 1.5 billion people means that there's no growth in China. And China has a very serious problem where they now have spent hundreds of billions of dollars, and I think President Xi, XI, has made a very serious mistake economically to invest that $100 billion into basically 4 banks, which will fund a very speculative real estate market in China, which is about to collapse. So China is now in a deflationary and a depressive mood. Russia is in a depressive mood. And now we get to the issue of what you have always said, and we've talked about: socialism does not work. Proof of the pudding is EU is completely deflated and heading into a serious economic depression. And hopefully, from my point of view, will break up. EU was never intended to be coagulated into one unit or conflated into one unit, because it was a very poor attempt by France to control German economy, and the Germans, as usual, came out of this economic malaise with force, vigor, and technology, and therefore France has defaulted. France's bond rating will go down. Hollandaise will probably be thrown out and supplanted by Sarkozy, but France is now in the free fall. The euro is falling to 1.25. It may go down to 1.15 and 1.0 against the dollar. So Spain, Italy, Portugal, France, and the rest of the European countries have a very serious unemployment rate collectively of over 25%, and the ages between 15 to 28 and 29. That's the working ages, and they cannot provide work. So socialism and the healthcare systems have not been effective in all of Europe, and therefore each country now has to decide whether they want to abide by the austerity plan or not. My suspicion is that eventually unemployment will be the key factor for the breakup of Europe. There was no reason to have a European Council, which had no meaning whatsoever, led by Italians who can't even run their own country, and is the country which is in bankruptcy. So from an economic point of view, even though America has had a depression in the stock market that went down 300 to 500 points, it will rebound. In my opinion, the most important thing that happened from an economic point of view that was good news on behalf of America was something that was not covered, and that was one of the tankers that came out of Texas, your great state, was the Singaporean tanker maintaining our gas and oil. That means that as of last week, America is now completely